Hello, KOT Split Squats, all right? One of the things that makes this exercise as special and as effective as is your ability to progress and regress it depending on your ability. So I'm gonna start from the floor and kind of show you how to regress it and progress it afterwards. So we're looking for a split stance. I'd recommend starting with your non-dominant leg first, right? Because if we have one side that's stronger than the other, we're never going to be completely symmetrical, so we want to get it as close as we can. So if you start with the non-dominant side and take it to, as close to proximity to technique failure as possible, even if you can do more on the dominant side, you just match it, and that's going to hopefully close the gap, if that makes sense. But anyway, I'm going to start with my left leg forward here, all right? Posture is very important, all right? I want your head over your shoulders over your hips, and I don't want you to be extended. I want you to get the ribs down with a nice exhale, kind of scoop the pelvis. Visualize as if your hips are like a basin of water. You don't want to allow the pelvis to anteriorly rotate or allow water to pour out of the front, if you can see that. It's just slight rotation. We want to kind of get out of this position, into this neutral position, ribs down, pelvis neutral. Take your drop step. What we're focusing on here is just forward knee travel. So you actually go right up on the toe. You're going to try to travel forward. I have a dowel here just for some balance. I'm going to travel forward as far as I can. Trying to get the calf in contact with the hamstring. And again, focusing on forward knee travel. All right, I want to expose my joints to this range, to strengthen the joint and connective tissue in this range. Can dramatically improve aches and pains, chronic injury of the knee. Again, I'm going to take a breath in, add a little extra credit. If I can scoop the pelvis and squeeze this trail glute, I'm going to get a ton of stretch in the hip flexor, which is great as well. Again, maintaining my upright posture as I travel forward, focusing on forward knee travel while squeezing this glute and digging into this hip. All right, ways to regress it, right? You can just elevate the front foot. Okay, so here I have an elevated front foot with a balance aid with the dowel. You can do this out of a rack, on a bench, whatever. But now that my front foot is elevated, I perform the same exercise, but I'm basically using a lesser percentage of my body weight as resistance. So I'm going to travel forward and back, much easier. So progressions would be as follows. The higher the elevation, the easier it is with balance. Once you can complete the allotted sets and reps effectively, the next step is to use it without the dowel, right? So you're in open space, relying upon your own balance. Once you complete the sets and reps there, then you can regress to a lower position, right? Progress to a lower position. Add in the balance aid. Once you can achieve the desired sets and reps, lose the balance aid, then progress to the floor with balance, without balance, and then you can actually progress with load. You can load this with dumbbells, load it with barbells, you can load it with exertion position. Lots you can do with this exercise. You don't need a whole lot. Couple sets, 2-3 times a week. Invest 5 or 10 minutes into this drill. Huge ROI.